Yeah. What about taking a deep inside inhale? One more time, my friend. Exhale. Open your eyes because you are watching me. I know you are. I've seen that. I've seen your views. I'm counting how luxurious and how exciting it is. And thanks for sharing your love, my friend. It's been a good week. Can you believe 2024 is about to be bye-bye? Hey, listen, I don't know where you are, where you're sitting. It's Friday, it's still a good Friday. To all my Muslim friends, I don't forget Friday is important to the Muslims community and the brothers and sisters out there, how they view their Allah, and may be well with you wherever you are. Even if you're in Gaza, even if you are in Iran or Lebanon, I tell you what, bombs will never exterminate humanity, man. I don't believe that. I think there's something bigger than will destroy humanity. I think these devices will fail no matter how you look at them. That's my hope, and that's a very high, that's an ideal, and I believe in ideals. Anyways, Friday, Kenyans look forward to Friday, so is everybody else, where they unplug, they put their phones in the freezer. Put your phone in the freezer for the weekend. Get off your phone, man. Get off your channels. Just get off. While I'm saying that, before you put your phone in the freezer, watch me. You see? That's how I do it, man. You watch me first, then you put your phone in the freezer and get it back maybe Friday evening before you go back to the grind of labor and minimum wage. I know that's how it looks like. Yeah, it's you, my friend. Tukuriada, episode number 73. I know how to count. I know I was horrible in math, but I don't forget my own platform, do I? Thank you again for being there. Thank you for reaching that button and subscribing, liking, viewing, and sending notes of on flowers. I send me some flowers, man. I know you can type. Just type, to you, my friend, have these flowers today. I'm in a good mood. You know why I'm in a good mood? Because it is done. It is done indeed. Well. Have you been to New York? If you've been to New York, you have to be there for Sunday morning marathon because it's happening again, man. New York Marathon is about to go boom, and here Gottlieb's take off. Here they take off. The defending champion Helen Obiri is back in town, man. You know Helen Obiri? She's 34 right now. Well, women don't like their age being mentioned, but we can Google how old you are and find that out. Yep, Helen Obiri, she's back. Bronze medalist from Paris Olympics. She's here to defend what she won last year, beating what was her rival. What was her rival? Let me see the rival. The rival name is Sharon Lokedi, the Kenyan. And New York Marathon this year has a good top marathon runners. Ellen Obiri is favorite. They believe that she's learned a lesson in the last 5 Olympics she's done. She's won 3 of those, so she average is very good. You know, Ellen Obiri, when it comes to the last mile, that's when Ellen Obiri becomes Ellen Obiri, the kicker. One of the things about this New York Marathon this year that you will notice, New York, I think Boston, yeah, those two. I don't know, yeah, those are the two. There are no pacemakers. So it's a matter of go out there and win it. So because of that, it all comes down, I think the last few years, he has come down to the last mile. Central Park. Never to be New York, man. I'm just talking from reading and hearing. So yeah, we are looking at that group of athletes. I mentioned Ellen Obiri. She's a defending champion. I still see her as a defending champion and defending it well. I'm picking Ellen Obiri. If she does it, just give me my subscribe button there and says you are the winner. You, the host of this Tuko Riada, you won. So that's all I'm saying. Alilo Kedi has been legit. She's a surprise marathon runner. I think she's based here in the US. So is Ellen Obiri. I think she moved to Colorado, I think a year or two ago. So I think they are both here in US. They've been training here. Um, you know, the surprising things of New York Marathon this year is the inclusion of Vivian Cheriot. The last time I saw Vivian Cheriot was in 2016 Olympics when she won the 10,000. I think she had a maternity leave in 2021. I think she has two kids. She's back. I think she's 41 right now. Yeah, she's 41 years old. Well, there you go. But she's had some good runs. I think she's run a few marathons. I think she's run a 218, which, to be honest with you, for a woman, 218 is decent. I think I read something about the fact that she's been making some headways. She's been progressing very well in her training. So Vivian Cheriot, the lady from West Pokot, that woman, man, she reminds me of of course, my matriarch. You know it is. You know what time it is. Tekla Larupe. There you go, the matriarch of track and field and marathon. Yeah, Vivian Cheriot, she's coming back. She's back. She's going to be New York. The other name, the big name is coming, is the four-time Olympic champion, Tirunesh Dibaba at 39. It's amazing. I don't know. It's going to be on ESPN, early morning hours. I'm 3 hours behind compared to New York. I don't know whether I'm going to get up to that. But I hope to catch the whole thing because to see these women, honestly, to see these women doing it again in marathon, which is, I think marathon is becoming the post-Olympic event to watch. I mean, marathon is big. Marathon is huge. You remember we just came from Chicago, where Ruth Chemngetich set the world on fire with 208. What did I say? Two, was it 209? I don't remember what time. It was so fast, I didn't even remember what time it was. That's amazing. What is the time for women right now? 210 or 209? Listen, people, I'm just losing it. I'm losing it because things are happening so fast. The world is moving so fast. The speed of everything is happening so fast. Some of us cannot even keep up of the world record for women. Ruth Chemngetich, sorry, woman, you did it. Proud of you, Kenyan. So yeah, we have those women. Ellen Obiri, Lokedi, Vivian Cheriot, who to me is amazing that she's still back. She's still doing her thing. 2016, man, I remember her doing it, making that Ethiopian woman. Oh, I don't know what happened to her. She made her in 10,000. It was amazing. It was an amazing 10K in 2016. Vivian is back. Tirunesh, man. These are women. Let me tell you something. If you've been a religious track and field guy like me, when you hear names, you know you are not just hearing ordinary people. These are extraordinary human beings. And I hope it lives up to the hype. One thing I know about New York Marathon, as I've said, it's going to come down the last mile. Central Park, the crowd is out there. The pressure is on the top, whatever. There's always like 5 women, as usual. The same thing with men. I think the last time a woman broke off was Okeyo, I think in 2003. She broke away from the rest of the pack and she went in and won it in 223. The times are going to be slow. I don't think New York is a place for times. It's a place for winning. And the price, I think, is quite decent. So, New York Marathon this weekend, my friend. What else is happening? You know what else is happening? Let me read to you the best thing I ever read today. Let me read to you something that I read today that just made my soul say, you know what? I'm glad I'm a feminist. I'm a humanitarian. I talk about human beings in dignity, mostly athlete. Olympian Allyson Felix. You know who she is? Allyson Felix is a GOAT in track and field. The greatest athlete of all time. I'll bow down to that woman all day long. 7 times Olympic gold medalist. 400 all the way to 200 relays. man, you see that woman, you know you met somebody special. I'll put Allyson and Felix in the same category of Mount Rushmore of women track and field or women sports giants with Serena Williams. That's how high these women are. Mothers, great women, great personality. So what does she do right now? What is she doing that's special? I read this and caught my. I have to share with you guys. She's decided to put what they call. She's launched something in North Carolina. North Carolina is a very interesting state. Women of color are underrepresented. They have less resources, and she's moved in there. And during this election year, she's launched a child care for early voters. So not only does she care about track and field, which she's done a great deal. I remember when she took a maternity leave, because she had a contract with Nike, they dropped her. They dropped 70% of her pay or her income or whatever sponsorship money they had with her just because she was pregnant. Nike is just a stone throw from me. I don't think I've ever bought something new from Nike. It's my small protest like, you're not getting any of my dime. Nike nuke that. I nuked it. So she joined another company which sponsored her. I think it is Athleta or something like that. Yeah, she's known for being a woman who puts womanhood and motherhood as a sacred thing to be protected by all means. Kudos to her. Women in North Carolina are very happy. They can go vote. And vote, you know, for who? Because Allyson Felix has joined hands with people in North Carolina to give women time away from childcare and all that stuff so they can go vote. That's why the planet is still beautiful, my friend. Don't focus on the negative. This world is still beautiful. We still have Allyson Felix doing what anybody else who has the ability to do. And for that, I'll salute her all the 7 times, my man, 7 times gold medalist. There you go, girl. Go do what you do best. Mother, woman, athlete, greatest citizen I ever met, I think, or talked about. Never mentioned that before. It's never too late. Well, guess what, my friend? The Pope, I'll finish with this. The Pope of Olympic IOC, International Olympic Committee, or whatever. What is his name? Let me tell you the Pope. I know I'm making fun of him, but it's okay because I can do it. The Pope of International Olympic Committee, Thomas Bach. Thomas Bach is about to retire, and so he chose to stop in Kenya to highlight the plight of Kenyan athletes and promote Olympic ideals in Kenya. He was visiting that country, I think, last week. I don't know. Of course, they rolled the red carpet for him. The photo-ops with children in some sections, some great sections of Kenya. You know, it's interesting when these big dogs go visit a country. The poor countries put a show for them, which they did. So I think he went to some section of Kenya, of course, met the president of the country, and then he went to Eldoret where he launched an Olympic state of the art. They're going to build this athletic complex and all that for athletes. Great idea. Ideals are always great. But they do this, of course, the president or the Pope of International Olympic Committee in town. I didn't even know about these things until, of course, he shows up. You have to prepare for the Pope of Olympics is coming to town. He's a president, by the way. So anyway, what is fascinating to me is the lies among the leadership when these people come to town. So out of nowhere, I've been saying they've been cutting the funding for anti-doping in the country. Out of nowhere, they can stand there in front of the camera when the Pope of Olympics committee or the president, Robert or Thomas Bach is visiting, and lied to him that we are making sure the funding live up to the standards that were established to fight doping in Kenya. What? They now saying they have the funding, or they are going to bring it from 20 million Kenya shillings to where it was at 280. Just they can say this to appease and please the Pope of Olympics, because there's no money, and it's the shitty stuff they say when these big dogs are in town. Stop lying to you, Kenyans. If you don't have money, why don't you just ask the Pope of Olympics or the president to at least help you? Why do we lie when they come to town and put up a show and take them to meet the legend Kipchoge in Eldoret and say we are okay? You are not. You are in ICU. Hey, I had to finish the Pope, man. Thomas Bach, IOC president, was in Kenya and they lied to his face. They don't have the money. They don't have the money. Have a good Friday, man, my friend. And let's say they have a better Friday. Because last night, I have to confess, I finished reading the book of the wonderful, wonderful young girl who perished in the gas chambers of the evil of the 19th, 20th century, Adolf Hitler. I don't sob that often. I get emotional. I'm an emotional being. But there's an abruptness to a diary. I noticed there was something that was going on, that I sensed it and I could feel it in my belly. The way our diary was building to something. There's some quote she said as she wrote down in their diary. This is a quote. I'm quoting Anna Frank from the Diaries of a Young Girl who were trying to preserve themselves in an annex in Holland. This is what she says. The quiet conscience is a place of strength. I remember those words. It was late at night last night when I was here. I'm listening to a book on audio. And something told me maybe that's the last thing she said. I quote, the quiet conscience is a place of strength. Did you know she died when she's 16 years old? Truly, evil is indiscriminate. Evil is indiscriminate. Anna Frank, I hope to see this young girl one day. I don't know what that means to me. That's powerful stuff, man. Have a good Friday, my friend, and have a good weekend. Hopefully, you find strength in your quiet conscience. That's beautiful. Because human beings, even when they are what age, in any parts of this world, life will triumph. Love will triumph. That's my Friday thoughts of the day. I'll see you on the side of the pillow. It was episode number 73. It's me saying, good night, everybody.